Welcome. This is a video designed to provide some advice for parents about reconnecting and peer relationships. This is created by GHLL staff Lucy and Fiona and EPS staff Melissa. This case study is based on some of the examples parents have sought support for. Each child or young person and their situation or circumstances will be different. This recording provides some general advice and top tips. However, more specific advice may be required to help your child with referrals to relevant services or agencies. It is important to remember that school staff are available and happy to help. Please do not be afraid to seek support from them. My children have always been involved in school activities and clubs, or are often having friends over to play. They are outgoing, active, and enjoy being with their friends. Since the coronavirus, they have found it difficult to find things to fill their time with, and while they looked forward to catching up online, recently they have been less interested and have often refused to join. They tell me that they are both fed up with playing games together and tend to argue or play alone more. The eldest has also explained that he is worried about going back to school as he thinks his friends may be different towards him or leave him out. Do you have any advice?
So from a school point of view, I would suggest that you contact the school to inform them of your concerns, but be reassured that lots of children will feel like this on their return to school, and school will have measures in place to help with this. School will be planning lots of activities that help children to reconnect with their peers and rebuild friendships. There may be staff that will be available to provide emotional check-ins through the day. Their staff can provide meet and greets on the door on those first few days, just to ensure that children are happy about coming in and they feel settled. Would also suggest perhaps arranging some Zoom or FaceTime catch-ups with friends prior to the return to school so that children can touch base with one another. And with restrictions allowing, perhaps a socially distanced walk could be arranged, some fresh air and a chance to have a catch-up will benefit in lots of ways. And finally, if your child is missing those sort of clubs they were very much involved with, perhaps you could find out if any of the clubs are offering online alternatives.
Gloucestershire Healthy Living and Learning, GHLL, supports all primary schools with resources and training for teachers around emotional health and wellbeing and PSHE. The website is www.ghl.org.uk and has advice for parents and carers under the Family tab. Some of the things that might be appropriate for you to look at is obviously looking at the whole school approach and what schools do to ensure that all children are included and that staff and everybody within the school is actually working together for the best emotional health and wellbeing for the children. Available to schools as well is peer mentoring, which is a resource on friendships, which is available, and the 5 ways to wellbeing, obviously making sure that our children and young people can actually connect with each other. And again, as Lucy mentioned, this can be done virtually in preparation for when they can actually do it in person. One of the preparations is the Connect Challenge, which is linked to the 5 ways to wellbeing. And again, that's available on the GHLL website.
From an educational psychology perspective, ensure that you're able to talk to your child about their feelings and help them to understand that all of these feelings are normal at this unusual time. Find out from your school about how they will be supporting reconnection and share this with your child. The school website is often a good source of information regarding this. Allow your children space and encourage more structured games with adult support if needed to help them support them to manage these games. Having their own space and times when they can play alone may help the situation. Some school-based interventions to support the return to school and specific friendship interventions such as Circle of Friends or Circle Time can be useful and supportive interventions that the school may use to support friendships on the return. Additionally, there will be an emphasis on supporting reconnecting and building those social relationships. And further advice can be gathered through GHLL's website or the Educational Psychology website for school staff to have training and support around supporting the return to school. Additionally, the staff at school are able to access support and training from various providers to be able to help to encourage the young people as they return and help them to feel welcomed. As suggested before, it's important to stay connected with friends and family where possible, using technology if needed.